So you have to add back that 100 grand. You actually paid $1 million for your home that you just bought for 500 grand. So you paid double for the home that you think you just bought. And if you don't make your payments at any time for the next 30 years, what do they do with your home? They take it. Even if you're 28 years and 10 months down, yeah, they just take it. And you can sell it, but they take it. So that's how much interest you pay. Is this more or less? The interest paid is more or less than the loan?
No.
So you end up paying more in interest, which is what? What's interest? It's just a fee to the bank. You pay more in fees than the actual loan that you just took for every death pledge that you take. Then you go buy a car. It's a $50,000 car, 72 months, because if we pay 6 years instead of 4 years, what's going to go down? The payments are going to go down. Yeah, the interest is actually going to go up. So if we buy a $50,000 car, and we pay 8% interest for 72 months, which is the longest they usually offer you, sales tax, title and registration, you end up paying $71,000 for the car. That extra $21,000 went to where? The bank. Where did they put it? In their pocket. And then what did they do with it? They lent it out. And then they make money on your money. Someone else controls every dollar that you deposit, every loan that you take, and the bank decides the terms, not you. What if you could become the banker? Same system, but a different owner. So this weekend, what you're going to receive is some clarity. Really understanding your financial picture with precision, like taking an x-ray and being able to see where your money's at, being able to see where it's going. You're going to have control, because we need to control our money. Otherwise, who controls our money? The banks do. We're going to create liquidity, because liquidity, does anybody want to define liquidity for me?
Being able to use it.
Yeah, access to capital, being able to have money you can use right now so that when opportunities come up, you can take it. So when there's what in the streets?
Blood.
When there's blood in the streets, you can do what? Buy.
Get the bank run to go on.
Exactly.
I need more liquidity first.
Well, hey, we're playing a game here. I'm winning the game. I gotcha. I got to do what I got to do. I got a family and people to feed. Look at I'm feeding everybody today. I need to make money too. Legacy. We're going to create legacy. You need to build wealth that outlasts me. So in your workbook, in your notebook, the next one we're going to have an actual workbook, but they just didn't come in time. So now you have a notebook. So in your notebook, what would make this workshop absolutely life-changing for you? We've talked a lot about money and banks. If you could walk out of here with one thing that really would change your life about money, what would it be? And how much money would that need to put in your pocket?
I get asked all the time, what do you actually walk out with at the end of the Private Wealth Workshop? Here's exactly what. Day 1 and Day 2 are not just lectures, they're working sessions. And by the time you leave, you have an actionable, customized wealth plan tailored to your business and financial goals. A free strategy session with an infinite banking practitioner. And if you're a VIP, you also get a free tax consultation with our CPA, a free estate planning consultation with our trust and estate attorney, and a free business valuation with our M&A advisor. Plus the actual policy designs and strategies that Yaritza and I have used over $10 million in net worth in under 2 years.
What would make this life-changing? Not cool, but actually life-changing. You would be like, wow, that was amazing.
More liquidity.
Huh? Yeah, does anyone want to share? What do you got?
Without the debt.
More liquidity?
Without the debt associated with it.
Well, what if more debt associated? We just went through this, so here we go.
I know.
This is called a mental
But,
relapse.
okay, the debt is to myself.
So we're
The
relapsing.
debt is to myself, though.
It can, yeah, you want debt to you, but you could have debt, you need to control the debt.
Right.
You need to control the debt.
What it means is that every single intention that I have in every single milestone in my life building, I have complete control, because that's what intention is. Because anybody can do everybody has the same exact stages of life, but what intention do you have towards it?
Cool, thank you. Anybody else?
Just coming out of the weekend with refined wisdom to take immediate action to build financial freedom for myself and generational wealth for my family.
I love it. That's cool. Cool. Thank you guys for sharing. Clap it up for everyone that shared. Okay? So here's what we're not going to be talking about. I'm going to do the not first. We're not talking about crypto. We're not going to talk about gambling. We're not going to talk about get-rich-quick schemes. The first rule is what? Think long range. So I'm not trying to teach you how to get rich quick. That's a different type of seminar that I don't do. I'm not giving you financial hype. I don't want you to walk out of here jacked up and excited and not have the deep roots, because the second that something happens, then they'll come take you away. The second that you go back to your spouse, to your business partner, to your friends, to your family, and you say, I just learned so much information, I'm going to go become my own banker, they're going to say, what the heck are you talking about? And you're like, never mind. I'm just going to go back to doing my same thing. So this isn't about hyping you up or getting you jacked up about money. We're not going to talk about day trading. That's like the next hot scheme. Crypto and stock day trading is literally the best invention of Wall Street recently. Because you know what they get every time you trade any transaction? Of commission. And so does anyone have friends that like wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning to trade options? Yeah. Yeah, right? All that they're doing is making billions and billions of dollars for Wall Street. Because every time that they trade, and now they have the algorithms that do what automatically? They trade for you. So that means you don't even have to watch it. So the second that something gets triggered, it trades. And then as soon as that trade happens, who makes money? They do. They make money. It's actually a genius. It's like getting credit card fees every time somebody buys from you. What we are going to do is talk about infinite banking, which is the process of becoming your own banker. We are going to talk about your cash flow strategy. What do we have every Sunday at 11:30 together?
Money meeting.
Our money meeting every single week. We have a weekly money meeting. Every month on the 20th of the month, we have also a monthly finance meeting where we go over how we're going to use what? Debt. To do what with our business? Expand it. We're going to talk about tax efficiency right after lunch. Actually, well, we have the business valuation guy, Will. He's coming at 1. Then Nishay, who's one of my best friends, and my CPA is going to come at 1:30. You guys knew Nishay. You're going to meet him in person?
Well, we fired him.
You fired him?
We did.
All right, well, I won't tell him. We'll just pretend that he doesn't know.
But he's great at what he does.
That's cool. Okay. He's here?
You walked right into it.
Fuck. I've been using him for 5 years and I don't pay any taxes. So, then we're going to talk about wealth structure later on today. I got a guy, Justin Colby. He's going to come speak to you guys about what to do with your money, how to invest in multifamily real estate all over the country by being able to create more wealth for yourself, that he uses infinite banking himself. And then tomorrow is going to be about generational wealth planning, about how to take all the stuff we learned today and implement it. So this morning was all about the problem that we have, why I wanted to stress really heavily the problem that we have in America with banking, with money, with our financial situation, with our lack of financial education. This afternoon, we're going to share some solutions to how to create a better plan for yourself. And tomorrow is going to be all about how to implement those things and then also create wealth, not just for yourself, but for your future generations. And so the next thing you guys can write down is, what attracted you to come here in the first place? Which one of these things are you mostly here for?
Wealth structure.
Wealth structure, cool.
Tax efficiency.
Taxes.
Cash flow strategy.
Cash flow. Now I'm going to teach you guys one last thing. This is Grant Cardone, his financial seniority rankings, the order in which you should handle your money. Now most people, all they care about doing with their money is they always want to learn about how to invest it. They always want to learn about how to invest it. When you walk into a seminar or workshop or something for investments, for crypto, what do you got a lot of people of in the room? People with a lot of money or not a lot of money?
Not a lot of money.
Not a lot of money that are looking for a what? Yeah, get rich quick scheme. So most people are looking to invest. And then the other thing that they want to do, they want to invest as much money and pay as little in taxes as possible. So what most people that don't have any money think is that they need to invest better and pay less taxes. But they're not willing to do this next part, which is to spend less on their expenses. And the last thing that they're ever thinking about, because they have a job and then they don't control their what?
Time.
Their income, their time, their anything, is they don't think that they control their income. So you say, okay, well, I make 70 grand a year. That's my income, that's set. My bills are fixed, right? Most of our bills are fixed, right? Your car payment is your car payment. Your insurance payment is your insurance payment. Your rent is your rent. The bills are your bills. I got to deal with stuff. What do you want me to do? I got to pay my stuff. How am I supposed to do anything? So we don't think about these two things because we think that they're set. And so with what's left over, that little bit, we make 100, we spend 90, we have 10, we spend our entire time in and out of work thinking about how to invest and save money on taxes with the leftover money. But the reality is, this is what most people do. But what the wealthy do is the complete opposite. They figure out, how can I increase my income as much as possible? Then, how do I live off of as little as possible? I mean, we live in Miami. How many Lambos and Ferraris can you see? Tons. Most of the people driving those cars are what? Broke. I drive a hand-me-down car from one of my mentors that passed away, that his wife gave me his car. It's a 2016 Chevy Equinox. That's air conditioning breaks every couple months that Eureka hates. But I don't really care. Anybody ever see the video of Jeff Bezos driving in his Honda Accord getting interviewed by ABC 60 Minutes? They're asking him, why are you a billionaire driving your cars? I got a business to run. Why would I spend money on my car? And the second you drive a car off the lot, but everybody still does what?
Buys.
I mean, like, what are you talking about? Luckily, my dad taught me how to buy used cars really well. We bought my wife's Mercedes. She cares about it more than I do, right? I drive my 2016 Chevy Equinox. She drives a nice Mercedes SUV, but we still only paid $30,000 for it. I would never, ever, ever, ever buy a new car, period, unless it's over, who knows, how many pounds? 6,000 pounds, and then I can write off all of it. But I don't need to do that. I had a choice. Do we buy, the G-Wagon for 200 grand or just pay the 30 grand? Like, she'll be okay. For now. We were walking the dog the other night and she saw one. She was like, babe, I want one of those. Okay, but we cut our expenses down as much as possible. I mean, we're making good money right now, right? So we go out to dinner all the time. Right or right? Wrong. We never go out. When was the last time we went out? Out, for real. Not often. We don't really go out at all. We don't really do anything. We went to Italy, I was telling you about. It was awesome. Our insurance carrier took us there for free. We've never gone on a vacation, ever, that we paid for. Not once. We extended a couple days in Italy and spent 5 to 10 grand, but whatever. But I never go on vacation. I never go out. I never do anything. I work. I want my expenses to be as low as possible at all times. When I dropped out of University of Miami after my second year in college, I moved back up to Philly and I opened up my own Philly cheesesteak restaurants. So all I ate was what? Was Philly cheesesteaks, right? And then in the middle of COVID, all of my stores got closed down because of Philadelphia, right? We got COVID, closed down, you're only allowed 50% capacity. Then we had the riots and the protests in Philly. Then my store got looted in Center City. And then I posted on social media that we should all live in love and peace and stop rioting and stop protesting and learn to come together and live in the solution instead of the problem. And then I woke up the next day getting canceled. You're white privilege, you don't know what you're talking about, you're an asshole, how could you even think that? Of course you think that way, your dad owns a business. Again, we just went through, my dad does own a business, but he doesn't have any money. And here we are. And then 2 days later, I get a letter from the franchise company that my franchise agreements are terminated and I'm not allowed to operate my business anymore. So I moved back down to Miami because when you're depressed, you should at least be around palm trees. Yeah? Right? And then I just ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and frosted mini wheats for like a year, and eventually I started making a lot more money. My reason for telling you that is I've lived off of nothing. I've eaten all of the food. I've lived off of stealing from my own grocery store my first 25 years of my life. All right. Then I lived off of nothing when I lost everything. I built everything up. I was 23 years old. I owned 2 restaurants, lived in a nice apartment overlooking the city of Philadelphia. We were doing about $1.2 million in revenue. Lost everything, came back here, built up again, lost everything again, got out of one industry, got into insurance, and then built everything up, and here we are. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.